Dexter, Original Sin, Episode 9, Tower Blood Drive. In this episode, I couldn't help but jokingly say to myself, this episode should be called Ice Rock Killer, Original Sin, because that's what the flashbacks are all about. Like, last week, the event happened. Laura Moser, Dexter and Brian's mom, who get caught by the cartel that she's been working with the police. They drag them three into a shipping container along with like four other people, and the cartel kills those people plus Laura with a chainsaw, and the only two people left is Brian and Dexter in the blood of those people and their mothers. And the way they handle it, because I was always concerned about, like, is this going to be like a full-on horror show for like 5 minutes of like, you get chainsaw, oh Lord, it's your turn, you get chainsaw, and see these two kids seeing literally the head of their mothers getting sawed off by a chainsaw. I thought that was going to probably happen, but they didn't. The way they handle it is have it done in Harry's point of view. Have it in, like, he's trying to find Laura. Where is he? Where is she? Okay, probably at the shipping containers. Let's do a massive search. And then Harry finds the container. And it's handled really well put together. And the way to tell people she's dead is just, there's the head. There's a head and some arms to tell the audience she's gone. If people, because here's the thing, there's a good chunk of people who's probably watching Original Sin who don't know the original series, which is that could be an interesting experience. I'm wondering, people who's just watching the Original Sin and haven't seen the original series, how are you? What's your experience like? You know, that part must be the most shocking thing in the world, knowing that's how Dexter and Brian are all stabby. But anyway, that's an interesting experience. But they don't know. So, for them, they'll be like, where's mom? Well, here you go, there's her head. So, it kind of tells that, you know, that she's gone. And because of it, it all comes down to how these two kids handling it, like, in the first, like, couple weeks or couple months. And Dexter, he's quiet. He's a quiet child. He's just, like, probably just still in shock, not knowing how to process it. Well, we know how he's going to process it, but, you know, processing it nonetheless. But Brian, he is full of rage, and he is, like, okay, so the scene where, it's a double whammo scene. Like, the flashback where and shockingly, I was like, what the hell are you doing, Brian? Is him attempting to kill baby Deb with a pillow, smuggling her. I couldn't help. When that scene happened, I was like, Brian, no. I know she's gonna live, but no, you better not fucking do that. And he does, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? And then when he goes screaming and saying, I hate this place, I hate you, I want to go home, and blah, 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 and punches the door window, which I have to say this, that kid is very strong. I don't know how weak, I know this is like 74, so you never know, but how can a kid really, like a I don't know, 4-year-old kid really punch that type of window? Really? Okay. But when he's doing that big rage out, what I kept saying to myself is, this is a child's way, Brian's way as a child saying, fuck you, Harry. He's blaming Harry for the entire thing. It is, if my mom didn't work for you, and you didn't pork her, and all this and all that, we wouldn't be in this shipping container, and she was still alive, and everything would be happy-go-lucky, so fuck you. That's what it translated to me. This is a child who wants to say, it's all in you. It's your fault that situation happened. Meanwhile, but it's, of course, he's translating that through anger and emotion and through attempted murder. And probably the practical thing is that saying, hey, we wanted to keep Dexter, not Brian, is if the whole separation thing. Probably the best way to do it, the best way to handle it, is just take it to a site walk or something. Test him out. That's probably would be the suitable action. But yeah, and then the ending of this episode where he's sawing off with the chain, you just you can't help but go what are you doing? What are you doing, mate? And what are you doing? Time out. Really, what are you doing? You're going to use the weapon that killed your mom to saw off the child services person who was just doing their job and trying to think for the best, and you're killing her with the chainsaw because you separated us. You promised we wouldn't be separated. I'm like, dude, you're 4. You were 4. Why are you having 4-year-olds mindset of things? But anyway. But the one issue, and this is the thing with prequels, this show is set 15 years. And we only got one more episode left. This is set 15 years before the events of Series 1. And Brian, the Ashtar Killer, was the big bad for Series 1. The question is, why did it took 15 years for Brian to interact with Dexter? Why did it took 15 years for the events of Series 1 to happen? Why didn't it not, went, earlier? Because basically, if you want to say what would be happening, it would be, Brian would, become the Ashtar Killer, he would be, dating Deb, engaged to her, and then the events of the finale would happen. Why would it take that long? And maybe it has to do with Harry. It could be. But yeah, I just the whole time I'm thinking there needs to be a reasonable explanation why it took 15 years for Brian for Brian unable to have an interaction with Dexter and say, "Hi, I'm your brother," kind of mindset. Yeah, Barney. That whole thing. Now, when it comes to the rest of the episode, all the Dexter stuff, it's good. I mean, basically, we had the investigation side. We on this episode of Dexter wants Spencer. He's like, even it's blood day, and I have taken blood and all that kind of stuff. I need to kill Spencer tonight. I need to kill him tonight. And no, sorry, I need to find where Nikki is. But I need to kill him tonight. And tonight is the night. I won't lie, there's a little bit of the prequel. Guess what, guys? Here's an Easter egg. Is it funny if we make a joke and make Dexter reference the night's the night? And we just go, yeah, and references keep happening again and again and again. I'm like, okay. Or there's a scene because Deborah donates blood at the Miami Metro and bumps into Tandra, and she talks about imagine if Dexter had a female boss. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? I'm like, is that just a reference because Aggressor becomes her boss for 7 seasons? Is that really? That's your prequel. Okay, fine. The hardy ha ha moment, because that happens, but this when it comes to Dexter, it is all about Spencer, and it's handled pretty well. It acts like a really classic Dexter situation, even though he's low on sugar because he donate himself with blood. Maybe pick the next day, or 2 days to go all stabby, but take that as you will. But knowing the reason that Spencer is kidnapped his child, chopped off his finger, shipping into a shipping container, where I just realized he's blaming the cartel, shipping containers. The two kids he has kidnapped in a shipping container. He's using the Harry's case and Dexter's. They're finding a way to link to it. He's inspired by the cartel that killed Laura. Great. Yeah. But the reason why Spencer killed the judge's kid and kidnapped and chopped the finger of his own child is simply because he wants to give his wife the middle finger and essentially mentally abusing her. And I go, really? That's your reason? Just want to give your wife a girl? Fuck you. Really? Wow. I was like, this is, and it kind of, as Dexter points out, this is for him the first time that he realizes that sometimes the simplest things, the simplest reasons makes people snap and turn into the killer that they are. And for them, for him, Spencer's like, I'm not a killer, I'm not a serial killer, I'm not this evil person. I didn't plan all it, I'm still good, I'm still good inside, I'm still all these people. But even though he's like, dude, you kill a kid, you chop two fingers off one finger off each child, including your own. And also, there has to be a point where the kid is sick of eating those, London smiles. I get it. It's biscuits and ham and cheese and some olives and grapes, and you probably can make a little sandwich. But God, there has to be a point where the kid just gets totally sick of them. Has to be a point of it, right? Has to be a point where the child is just sick of it. But of course, next episode it is probably the end of Spencer, clearly. Probably one more big hurrah, probably one big action sequence. Deb heading towards becoming part of the police department. Whatever Brian's doing, how they gonna wrap up that storyline? Because that storyline needs to be slightly open, because once again, Brian's in season 1 of the original series, and also the big reveal of, hey, Dexter doesn't know, he doesn't remember his life before the shipping container, so him finding out happens in there's a part of me that feels like rewatching series 1. It does feel like it, cause just to remind myself where we're heading, what's going to happen, but all that. But clearly sweats the idea of my pitch a couple of weeks ago about AI Truck Killer Original Sin series. No, cut it. Cut. No, because this is what this episode is. This is what this episode is. And all that. But anyway, if you've seen this episode, comment below, let me know your thoughts, because next week is the night. It's going to happen one more time before the Original Sins ends. Or, until June, because, you got retroaction as well. So, but, before we have a little, 3-4 month break. Anyway, comment below, let me know your thoughts of episode 9, Blood Drive.